Hey there, everyone. Time for my weekly update as to what I've been reading, watching, and doing over the past 7 days. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages, the show where father and son talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. Today, a Just Jim episode where I'm sharing with you my weekly update on the events of the past week. Duh. If you enjoy this, be sure to hit the like button, and we hope you'll subscribe to our channel and check out all the other things we keep trying to bring out for you. Books I've been reading. Okay, I got a big one here, people. Toll the Hounds. I'm almost there. I am on the freaking cusp. 94%. I'm gonna finish it now this week. I'm pounding away every day. It is so good here at the end. I'm starting to cringe thinking of how I'm going to do content on this massive book once I finish. But what a delightful read. Because I've been so consumed with Toll the Hounds, my physical book, Down Below Beyond by T.A. Bruno, I haven't picked up. Sorry, Bruno. All week long, I haven't touched it. It's a great book. I'm going to get back to it soon. Now, I've also been doing audiobooks during this time, so I got through the final book of the Bleed trilogy by Tufo, Philbrook, and Moody, and that's The Bleed Armageddon. Nice finish to the story. I'll do a separate episode telling you about that, spoiler light. But then I moved right on this morning to Heroes Die, book one of the Acts of Cain by Matthew Stover. I was driving for work today, so I got 20% into that book already. This is incredible. And, comparing audiobooks side by side, you got The Bleed, you got the Acts of Cain. I mean, it's a whole nother level. I only gave 4 and 3 stars to the Bleed trilogy. It's a good story. I enjoyed it, but this stuff's next level. Fantasy, sci-fi, SFF. Yeah. So I look forward to continuing Heroes Die. Places I've been. Oh, man. I've definitely done my share of destinations this past week. Let's get through them quick. First, I did a restaurant in Portland that I haven't done in a while. Salty's in Portland, right on the Columbia River, tucked between the river and Portland International Airport, way off on the northwest end of it. It's a nice location, tucked away. You don't just happen to drive by it. You need to go to it, but it's got a nice view. You're looking out at the beautiful river. You can also watch the planes. We even saw some of the military F-16s go off because there is a military presence as well at PDX. That's always fun to see those jets take off. They're a little loud, but it's great food, nice location. Definitely enjoy Salty's. It's a place to check when you're in town. Got out of town this week for a trip that was part work, part pleasure, because I took my wife along. We extended the weekend so that we could do some things. So this was headed to South Idaho. Stopped first in Nampa, Idaho, where we enjoyed a speakeasy called the Craft Lounge. That's in the basement, hidden in the custodian closet of this classic historic Masonic lodge. And then we went up to the top story where we had a reservation at Brick 29, a fine dining establishment, and it is fine. Mwah, people. This is good stuff. So great cocktails down in the speakeasy. Then upstairs, excellent service, exceptional food. Highly recommend. A few other sightseeing destinations then. We stopped at Shoshone Falls, which is referred to as the Niagara Falls of the West. Pretty impressive waterfall just east of Twin Falls, Idaho. Easy to get to off the interstate. Recommend you check that out if you're ever going through South Idaho, driving along on I-84. Getting a little farther off the road, we went about an hour and a half south of the interstate, southeast Idaho, pretty remote area, to get to City of Rocks National Reserve. This is part of the national park system just outside tiny Almo, Idaho. I mean, blink and you miss that town. And then you got to get outside that to find this place. But there's these huge, massive granite rock formations all over this place. It's just unique and beautiful. There were rock climbers all over these things. It's a fun place for climbers to go. Yeah, you could go to a gym with a rock wall, or you could come to this place. Pretty fantastic, great opportunities for climbing. We did just a little climbing Yeah, that's as far as we went, but we did hike around a little bit, took a lot of pictures, and enjoyed our time at City of Rocks. Then we went on to Pocatello, Idaho, which was the destination of my work appointment. And while there, about the only thing we did for fun was eat at a restaurant called Cafe Toscano. It was just okay. Italian food, not the best ambiance. I mean, they had a group in there of, I think, graduating seniors with one set of parents, and, they're having a good time. And nobody's reminding them that you're not the only ones in the restaurant, which kind of diminishes your experience. And I put that a little on staff too. You clearly accept groups like that. And the food didn't make up for the lack of ambiance. It was just decent. Wouldn't recommend Cafe Toscano. On the way back towards Portland, made a point to spend a night in Boise, Idaho. There we had a chance to do some dinner in the Hyde Park region, which is just got a cool vibe to it. Some older buildings, really nice place to walk around and check out restaurants and bars and shops. The particular restaurant we stopped at was the 13th Street Pub and Grill. That was great food, wonderful vibe, good service, totally enjoyed it. We'd go back in a heartbeat. And then for dessert, because they didn't have dessert there, we went up the street and found why they don't have dessert there. Goody's Soda Fountain is right there. Some delicious homemade ice cream of all flavors. I had a nice waffle cone with it, and that was really tasty. Little throwback style. The place had charm as a soda fountain. Both of those. If you're in the area in Boise, Idaho, check out 13th Street Pub and Grill and Goody's Soda Fountain, and you won't be disappointed. Also near Hyde Park, we walked to Hyde Park from Camel's Back Park. Now, this is a real city park with this huge hill and walking trails all up it and around it, and that was fun. We got some fantastic pictures, as you can see here, of the Boise area, downtown Boise off in the distance, and some panoramic shots. A little bit of exercise to get to the top of the hill. There were steps and non-step opportunities to do that, but you're going to need some physical fitness. This is not a place for people who are mobily challenged. You're not going to make it to the top, but you can still get to the park and see this thing. That was pretty cool. And then finally, on the recommendation of the place we stayed, we went to Big City Coffee in downtown Boise for breakfast. Another place with a cool vibe. Kind of felt a little like the Alberta region of Portland here. So we were kind of comfortable with this chill coffee house place. Great breakfast menu options, and the coffee was pretty decent. Finally, on our way back home from Boise, we stopped at one of our favorite locations in the Columbia River Gorge, Jacob Williams Winery, because we get a free glass of wine anytime we come by. We are wine club members. Never going to pass up a glass of good vino. That got us home, but I'm not home now. I'm in yet another Airbnb, this time in Bend, Oregon, where, again, I'm traveling for work. I've got an appointment tomorrow. I'm just chillaxing here and doing some content for you. Things I've watched this week. Not much. With all that traveling, we didn't turn the TV on at all. Did some reading and did a lot of things, just Judy and I getting out and enjoying the places we were visiting. In the brief time we were home, we watched two things. We watched a couple episodes of Chopped, of course, and The Weakest Link. You can find that on Peacock. The Weakest Link is a show we've enjoyed since it came out in the original version many years ago. And it's still a fun show to watch if you like trivia and you like snark, because there's plenty of snark. Shout outs. I'm just giving one shout out this week, and that's to Airbnb. Man, they've really refined their service well, Airbnb. I stay at so many of these now as I travel around, both for work and for pleasure. If I can find an Airbnb in the area that I like, I'll always stay in it over a hotel. It's a superior experience time and again. Usually also the Wi-Fi even being better. Airbnb, I'm a big fan. Vacasa, another service, not so much a fan. They didn't do right by us once. So yes, I hold grudges. Airbnb, nothing but good so far. Most watched episode and short this week. Well, the episode was the top 10 gut punch moments from science fiction and fantasy with 105 views so far. Still out there, people. Go check it out and see me depress you. And Dad Jokes 77, science fiction style, is the best performing short of the week with over 8,000 views, almost 8,100 now. People are liking that one, and there were a lot of people making comments with their own dad joke style responses. So don't just check out the episode, check out all the comments. They are quite entertaining. They're full of dad jokes. Speaking of comments, the best comment of the week goes out to subscriber Empress Noriko, who put this up here on 5 reasons you might love the Shannara series. Sigh. I guess I should do that right. Just what I need. Encouragement toward another reread. I read the first 3 Shannara books way back in high school, actually before I'd read Lord of the Rings, so I wasn't biased by the similarities. I remember enjoying them a lot, but never moved on. I've read other Terry Brooks stuff, including a reread of The Phantom Menace I finished 2 days ago. I took my nephews to the re-release in theaters twice, so decided to reread the novelization. Learned some new stuff from your review. Another addition to my reread TBR. There you go. Well, I do enjoy encouraging and giving people reasons to jump back into great books, even if it's a reread. But in this case, it looks like she has a lot of these to read for the first time. It's just the trilogy, opening trilogy, that would be the reread. All right, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for coming by and seeing what I was up to. If you have any comments on any of these things, drop them in the comment box. I'll be sure to respond. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.